videos. Ghosts caught on camera. First ghost video in this episode of Top 5 Scary Ghost Videos is a video that's been recently making headlines across the world. The creepy clip you're about to see comes from the programme James May, Our Man in Italy, which is a show all about James May travelling around Italy and has absolutely nothing to do with ghosts or anything paranormal. In episode 3 of the TV show, eagle-eyed viewers spotted someone or something lurking in the background. What looks like an apparition can be briefly seen moving on camera. The apparition slowly takes form before disappearing into thin air. However, it doesn't end there. In another episode, James May is filming in the ruins of the ancient city of Pompeii. He mentions the area he's in is a mass grave where many people died, when all of a sudden, this is caught on camera.
Street leading up to the forum, these little openings are things like shops. Through there is a big posh house, and this would have been incredibly busy at the time of the eruption, teeming with Romans doing Roman stuff. And it probably is worth remembering that this actually is a mass grave.
A ghostly figure can be seen walking in the ancient ruins. The figure moves from the right side of the street towards the left before vanishing out of sight. James May's viewers were stunned to see both of these quote ghost appearances, but were shocked when another ghost was caught. In episode 4 of James May, Our Man in Italy TV series, the team are filming James in an underground parking lot when someone else appears on camera.
I had to stand in front of the artists and say whose picture I liked best, which was a little bit awkward.
Like in the previous two clips, a ghostly figure quickly takes form, walks for a few seconds before fading away. News stations across the UK and the world have picked up on these clips, and it's no surprise really, as the show is hugely popular and many viewers have reported seeing these in the show. James May has even taken to Twitter to thank his viewers for pointing out these two ghosts caught on camera and that nobody saw on these clips, and it's no surprise really, as the show is hugely popular and many viewers have reported seeing these in the show. James May has even taken to Twitter to thank his viewers for pointing out these two ghosts caught on camera and that nobody saw either of them at the time. He goes on to say that they are either real ghosts or just a bit of digital file corruption. But what do you think? Are these real ghosts caught on camera? You tell me. Shadow. The next ghost video comes from the popular ghost hunting channel Twin Paranormal, which was uploaded on the 10th of July this year. Twin Paranormal visit the old territorial enterprise located in Virginia City and is said to be incredibly haunted. The old building is home to many artifacts and relics, which the owners and staff believe are cursed. Native American remains have been discovered buried under the property, and even a real mummified body was found behind a wall in the basement, the actual body still preserved. Their identities and cause of death remain unknown. The old territorial enterprise was originally founded and was a local newspaper back in 1863. Just 12 years later, the building suffered a catastrophic fire and burnt to the ground. Everything was lost in the fire except the basement. Local rumours say that the reason behind the basement surviving the huge blaze was because of the cursed relics and the lost souls that are trapped down there. The Twin Paranormal team conduct their investigation inside the old building in an attempt to communicate with the spirits of these people, and this is what they caught.
Someone's knocking on this door. Did you just hear that? Someone was knocking on that door right there.
It just got so intense up here, boys.
What happened, Wyatt?
I was literally standing there staring at the ball, and I heard that. You hear that creaking?
Yeah.
I heard the stairs creaking, and I swear to God, it was like...
Is that you? The man that everyone says is up here?
Who whispered to me? I heard you right here, right down here.
Something just got thrown.
Dude, it was literally, it sounded like, what are you doing up there? Or like, you shouldn't be up there. Some shit like that. Oh no. Literally clear. I was pointed right here by the ball, but I heard it like right there.
We've heard so many stories about you. We want to see you.
Join us.
Oh my gosh.
No, we're not gonna.
You be careful leaning up against that railing. I'm gonna try something, guys.
I'm gonna go sit right there on that 5th step.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanna see if I feel different.
Want me to film?
If you can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit right here on this 5th step. Oh, no, man. The step that everyone says they start to feel weird on. The step that everyone says they start to feel weird on.
Twin paranormal team hear movement on the stairs. Then, captured on the team's static camera upstairs, the light in the room where the camera is filming all of a sudden goes out. And then a black shadow quickly moves across the screen from left to right at rapid speed. At the time of recording, none of the twin paranormal noticed the light go out or the dark shadow, but when they watched the footage back, they were understandably shocked at this footage. So, did twin paranormal capture paranormal activity inside the old Territorial Enterprise building? You tell me. Peekaboo. I found this next creepy clip a couple of months ago, but couldn't locate the original source, and unfortunately there's very little information available about it. Video shows a pair of urban explorers investigating an old abandoned building in the dead of night, alone, or so they thought.
Se llaman aquí las casas gemelas. Inclusive aquí el señor nos dijo que en esta casa habían matado y violado a una niña. Digo, desconocemos unas escaleras. Sí, cierto, ¿no? De que la niña...
Parecen que el cuerpo lo encontraron aquí, ¿no?
Ajá, lo que nos dijo el señor, digo, ¿por qué encontraron pues, el cuerpo, perdón? Y hay unas pequeñas ventanas.
La casa está descuidada. Bastante
grafiteada. Si se pueden ver todas nuestras exploraciones de Punk Rock TV, mira, acá hay un cuartito. No hay nada. Ahí están así, digamos, están todas grafitadas, unos pequeños grafitis. Hay un pequeño cuarto. La ventana. Aquí hay una botella. A tomar aquí, aparte venía a grafitear, más que nada es por el vándalo que vienen aquí. Y aquí están las pequeñas botellas que nos agarró la lluvia. Ahí está el agua. Ahorita está chispeando afuera. Y ahorita gracias a nuestra amiga Chelly vinimos a estas casas porque no las conocíamos. Ya se ve la ubicación. Y ahora sí que están bastante impresionantes, digo, las locaciones que tenemos nosotros. Pero nunca había como una casa así, la neta. Uy, vergas, escuchan niños allá afuera.
Ya vámonos.
Bueno, nunca había como una casa así, la neta. Así que, pues, ¿qué? Vete. Güey, no mames. Uy, vergas, escuchan niños allá afuera.
Ya vámonos.
Aguanta. No quiero ni subir. Porfa. Mami, verga, vas a aquí en el puto bosque en una casa abandonada, niños. Buenas noches. Habitación, güey. ¿Qué más? Buenas noches. No mames, chica tu madre. Uy, vamos. Corre.
Sound of children can be heard coming from the upstairs of the abandoned building. The explorers decide to go up to check it out. They reach the top floor, but no one's around. However, when they call out, two heads peek out from behind a doorway and eerily stare directly at the explorers. The urban explorers then flee the building in absolute terror. Creepy. Who is that? I came across this next image while browsing Facebook for some creepy content. The image you're about to see was taken by a mother and father who wanted to capture the memory of their young child dressed up smart for the first time so they could show him when he grew older. At first glance, the photo looks like any normal photograph parents would take of their child. However, with the help of today's technology, the family enhanced the image, and if you look closely, a dark, sinister figure with glowing eyes can be seen standing in the background behind their son. At the time this photo was taken, the family were alone, and it was only until recently when they wanted to show the photo to their son, who's now grown up, did they realise who or what they had caught. But you know what makes this photo even creepier is that after the family saw the enhanced version of this photo, they remembered the times when their son was younger and they'd hear him talking to someone in his room, but when they'd go to check on him, no one would be there. They'd question who he was talking to, and he'd reply with, "The Shadow Man." Parents didn't believe in ghosts or anything paranormal until they saw the dark figure lurking in the background of this photograph. But what do you think this could be? Is it something paranormal? You tell me. Ghost of Sharon Tate. This next video is based on the true story of a man named David Oman, purchased a piece of land and built his dream house upon it. However, the piece of land that he bought had a very, very sinister backstory. I won't go into too much detail, other than the land that David purchased was where the shocking and grisly murders of actress Sharon Tate and 4 other people happened. Sharon Tate was pregnant at the time of her death. Sadly, her unborn child passed away with her. These crimes sent shockwaves through Los Angeles due to their horrific nature. David Oman moves into his new house built on this tainted land and immediately begins experiencing strange activity.
I'll never forget the day when I first moved in. I wake up at 1:35 in the morning and my eyes drifted down towards the corner of my bed, and right about 3 feet off from the corner of my bed I see a gentleman. Full body apparition standing there, and he's with his left hand extended. You can see the body moving, and he's doing this. And I woke up and I said, okay, what's going on? I spent the next hour walking around the stairs, questioning what was this incident about. At that point, I was walking around the house and I had felt a presence of somebody, and I said, who in the hell is this here? And I heard the words, it's Sharon. And I was flabbergasted, going, Sharon? I don't know anybody named Sharon. And then I made the connection saying, oh my God, it's Sharon Tate. First couple of months I was in the house, there were things that I'd put on a table. I'd come back a couple of hours later to find that they weren't there anymore. And then would find them later on in another part of the house that I had not been in. How is it that it's downstairs in the 3rd level guest bedroom? Several months ago, my friends came to the house. But when I have people come over to the house, they have a sense of fear and apprehension.
You know, we decided to go up there, have some dinner, and screen a movie. And there was about like 6 of us that were going through the house. And I had my camera. As soon as you walk in, you want to walk out. It just gives you a feeling of get out.
Is there anyone in here, in this room with me right now?
He started shooting and taking video footage.
Okay, I can't see anything, so please don't mess with me.
So I was walking to the living room, and literally something felt as though it blew through me.
I mean, I just got blasted, like right here. Just standing here, just got blasted.
But it wasn't like a wind, it was just like pushing feeling, but without me actually moving. I ran over to my buddy and showed him, look at this, my hair's standing on end. Something just went through me, I don't know what it was. It's just kind of like set off the night, you know, I'm like, okay, something's up with this house. Something's not right.
It's a ethereal sensation.
She's here.
This is the room, huh? She's a dark force?
Is there anyone here?
When you walk through that doorway, it's almost like walking through a portal. From one plane of existence into another plane of existence.
I think it's very, very possible that this could be Sharon Tate haunting his house.
We were all talking, and I just happened to be 20 feet away from the balcony, and I snapped this photograph with the digital camera. As I'm looking at the picture, I'm saying, wait a second, there's something that's appearing in the middle of the frame. So I took it to the computer and I looked at it, and I saw this orb, about 3 feet in diameter, on the balcony. Screen doors were open and the sliding glass doors were wide open. This is floating out in the middle of the air, and inside of this 3-foot orb is another orb about a foot in diameter. I was completely rocked to my foundation. It's Sharon's spirit manifesting in a way I've never seen before. It's a pregnant orb. When I first saw the photograph, I remember feeling overwhelmed with the despair of what, almost connecting to a small percentage of what she must have felt like, struggling for her life and for her life of her unborn son. It really just made me sad.
Something white quickly passes David's friend's camera, and he mentions he felt like he just got pushed. Then David snaps a photograph a few feet away from his balcony. What looks like an orb inside an orb can be clearly seen on camera. David says that his balcony doors were open, so this could not be a reflection of light, and that the two orbs were floating out in the middle of the air. David is adamant that this image he captured is Sharon Tate's, quote, pregnant orb. So, Sharon Tate's pregnant orb, David seeing ghostly apparitions around his home, feeling of unknown presences, objects ending up in another part of the house that David had not been in, and hearing the name Sharon. Could David Oman's home really be haunted by the ghost of Sharon Tate? You tell me. Trapped. Today's bonus scary video comes from the terrifying Singaporean YouTube channel True Horror Stories POV, and it's one to keep you up tonight. The video you're about to see is not real, however it is a reenactment based on a true story and very frightening. In the video, a man can be seen walking his girlfriend home late at night. They reach the girl's apartment and the man starts to make his way home, and this is where things get scary.
Okay, bye.
Babe! Are you... Babe, are you okay? Astaga aku ni. Kat mana ni? Asal dekat sebelah selit? Asal dengan aku ni? Cepatlah. Mahal nilang basangan. Asal aku ni? Lahutlah.
Man hears a ringing tone in his ears which stops him right in his tracks. The sound of cats can be heard behind him. He spins round and a dark figure can be seen just watching him from in the distance. The man sees it and runs to the elevator. He turns round and the dark figure has moved closer to him, but when he turns back around, the figure has vanished. The man takes a moment to catch his breath. He tries the elevator several times, but it's not working. All the while, the sound of clicking can be heard coming from all around him. He checks around for where the sound is coming from, but he can't figure out where. Then, when he pans the camera round, the dark figure that was following him is now stood right in front of him. In absolute fear, he makes a run for it, but when he descends down a flight of stairs, the figure appears in front of him, this time bent over at the bottom of the steps. He flees back up the stairs where he sees his girlfriend run down a corridor. He chases after her, but she then trips over and starts acting different, so the man flees in the opposite direction back to the elevator. He takes the elevator down, where he hears creepy moaning sounds, so he closes his eyes to try and block it out. The elevator doors open and the man jumps out, relieved to be away from whatever was following him. However, he soon realizes that he's somehow back on the floor he was on earlier. He tries another elevator, but it takes too long, and the creepy moan can be heard behind him again. He flees back to the elevator, but the doors won't close. The sound of knocking can be heard, and the man has no option but to try and find another way out. He exits the elevator and looks to his right, and the figure can be seen bashing its head off the wall repeatedly. The man then runs away as if his life depended on it.